Struggling to get your baby to sleep through the night? You are not alone. Sleep is one of the biggest challenges for new parents, and it's completely normal to feel exhausted and frustrated when your baby isn't sleeping well. But don't worry, I'm here to help. In today's video, we'll explore some of the most effective sleep training methods and give you actionable tips to help your baby sleep longer and more peacefully. Whether you're just starting out with sleep training or looking to fine-tune your approach, you're in the right place. At first, you need to know that every baby is different, and what works for one family might not work for another. The key is finding a method that feels right for you and your little one. Today, we'll break down popular sleep training techniques, how to create a calming bedtime routine, and how to handle those middle-of-the-night wake-ups that leave us all feeling like zombies. By the end of this video, you'll feel more confident and equipped to help your baby and yourself get the rest you need. Before we jump into the sleep training methods, it's important to understand a little bit about how baby sleep works. Unlike adults, babies have much shorter sleep cycles, which is why they tend to wake up more frequently during the night. This is completely normal and part of their development. But the good news is that with the right guidance, you can help your baby learn to connect those sleep cycles and sleep longer stretches. Now, let's talk about some popular sleep training methods. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach, so it's all about finding what works best for your family. First method, Ferber Method. One of the most well-known approaches is the Ferber Method, or graduated extinction. This method helps your baby learn to self-soothe by gradually increasing the time you wait before responding to their cries. You'll start by putting your baby to bed while they're drowsy but still awake. This step is crucial because it teaches your little one that the crib means sleep. If your baby cries, you don't rush in immediately. Instead, you wait for a set interval, let's say 3 minutes at first, before briefly checking in. Each time, you extend the waiting time a little more, maybe 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. During these check-ins, offer some comfort like a gentle pat or soft words, but avoid picking them up. The goal is to reassure without helping them fall back asleep. This can be emotionally tough for parents, but it's a method that often yields results within a few nights. Remember, consistency is key, and sticking with the plan can lead to better sleep for both you and your baby. Next, we have the cry it out method, often called the extinction method. It's one of the more straightforward but challenging approaches. Once you put your baby down for the night, you let them cry until they fall asleep without any check-ins. The idea here is that your baby learns to self-soothe without parental intervention. While this method can lead to faster results, it's not for everyone. It's tough to hear your baby cry, and some parents might find this approach too stressful. It's important to know that while it may work quickly, it's also perfectly okay if it doesn't feel right for your family. On the other end of the spectrum, there's the no tears method, which focuses on gentle, gradual changes without letting your baby cry. This approach involves comforting your baby whenever they wake up and slowly easing them into sleeping on their own. You might start by rocking them to sleep, and then gradually transition to putting them down drowsy but awake, all while staying close and offering comfort. This method takes more time and patience, but it can be a great option for families who prefer a more gentle approach and don't want to deal with prolonged crying. Another gradual approach is the chair method, where you stay in the room with your baby as they fall asleep. You start by sitting next to the crib, offering comfort without picking them up. Every few nights, you move the chair a little farther away until you're eventually out of the room. This method provides a sense of security and support, but also encourages independence. It's slower than some of the other methods, but it can be a good middle ground for parents looking for a more hands-on approach. With so many sleep training options out there, you might be wondering, which one is right for my baby? The truth is, there's no perfect answer. It's all about finding what aligns with your baby's temperament, your parenting style, and your comfort level. Consider your baby's personality. If your baby is more sensitive or easily upset, a gentler method like the no tears or chair method might be a good fit. On the other hand, if your baby adapts well to changes, you might find success with the Ferber or cry it out methods. Think about your own comfort. Sleep training can be emotionally challenging for parents, too. If hearing your baby cry for extended periods feels overwhelming, lean towards methods that involve more comforting, even if they take longer to see results. Flexibility is key. Remember, it's okay to start with one method and make adjustments as you go. The goal is to help your baby develop healthy sleep habits in a way that feels right for your family. No matter which method you choose, there are a few things you can do to set yourself up for success. 1. Create a consistent bedtime routine. This might include a bath, reading a book, and some quiet time together. A predictable routine signals to your baby that it's time for sleep. 2. Make the sleep environment comfortable. Ensure your baby's room is dark, quiet, and at a comfortable temperature. White noise machines can help drown out any disruptive sounds. 3. Stay consistent. Consistency is the cornerstone of any sleep training method. It's normal for there to be ups and downs, but sticking with your plan will help your baby understand what to expect. Even with the best plans in place, sleep training can come with its own set of challenges. Don't worry, these are totally normal and there are ways to handle them. 1. Night wakings. What to expect. It's normal for babies to wake up during the night, even after you've started sleep training. If your baby wakes up crying, try to keep your response low-key. Avoid turning on bright lights or engaging too much. Just offer comfort as briefly as possible and encourage them to go back to sleep. How to handle. Consistency is key here. If you've chosen a method like Ferber, stick to your intervals for check-ins. If you're using a gentler approach, try to soothe without picking them up too much or feeding, so you don't inadvertently reinforce night waking. 2. Sleep regressions. What they are. Sleep regressions are those tricky periods when your baby's sleep suddenly goes backward. It's usually tied to developmental milestones like learning to crawl or stand. How to handle. Don't panic, this is temporary. Stick to your routine and keep consistent with your sleep training approach. Sometimes it helps to give your baby a little extra comfort during these phases, but try not to create new sleep associations that could disrupt the progress you've made. 3. Patience and persistence. Sleep training takes time, and it's perfectly normal to feel discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Some nights will be better than others, but consistency will pay off. Sleep training isn't always easy, but remember, you're not alone in this journey. The key is to find a method that works for you and your baby, stay consistent with your bedtime routine, and be patient with the process. Every baby is unique, and what works for one might not work for another, so give yourself grace as you figure it out. Celebrate the small wins, even if it's just a few extra minutes of sleep. You're doing an amazing job, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. If you found this guide helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more parenting tips and advice. And if you have any questions or want to share your own sleep training experiences, drop a comment below. Let's help each other through this journey.